Hey guys, so for today's recipe, which I know is going up late and I apologize, I'm going to show you guys how to make our jalapeno chicken popper chili. Jalapeno popper chicken chili. That's the one. The recipe is slightly different than what the directions say on Pinterest. I just changed it to our taste and to be slightly less carby. So I'm going to show you the ingredients first and then we'll get started on cooking. So I'll start with the seasonings. We are using cumin, chili powder, parsley, and some chopped onions. We're also using minced garlic. You can use real garlic. This is just way easier. Now I'm making a double batch, so you'll see double of everything, but 1 can of tomato sauce. This is a 8-ounce can. The recipe calls for diced tomatoes and green chilies, but we're not a green chili fan. A can of chicken broth. It says a cup, I think it says a cup and a half or a cup, 2 cups or something, and it's just about a can. I think the can's just a little over. 8 ounces of cream cheese. We use the whip because it melts easier. Half a thing of bacon. We're making double, so there's a full thing. And then you're gonna need 5 jalapenos. We're obviously, again, using 10 because it's double. And then chicken, which I usually just chop up the chicken into chunks to make it, but this time I actually, I just put this in the crock pot and I'm gonna pull it out and shred it here in a minute because it's delicious. So we're gonna have it shredded this time. So those are the ingredients, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay.
Alright, so the way you prepare the jalapenos is you just cut off the end here, throw that in the trash, split it right down the middle, and for this purpose we're going to leave one complete with all the seeds and everything in it. It gives it a little bit of heat, just a little bit, but you can adjust that to your needs. What we actually do is you kind of fold it inside out and you take the spoon and just gouge out all the stuff. And you do that for however many you want to do that with. So leave the seeds in however many you want. And so we're going to leave one whole one, and the rest are going to be all gouged out.
So I am cooking the bacon on our griddle. That's almost the entire package. I just have 3 left. So I'm going to cook this, and you want to cook it until it's really crispy because we're going to crumble it. Open it up. Alright, so we are in the process of ninjaing our jalapenos. They're not quite small enough yet because I do want them to be pretty small. Go ahead and blend it back up again. We're just using our little ninja. That's good. I don't want it like pureed, but I do want them little. So we're doing all of those. Okay, so I have used a little bit of bacon grease in this. You can use olive oil if you want. And then I've got jalapenos in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some minced garlic. We are big fans of garlic, so I kind of just eyeball it. I don't measure it. But put what you like to taste. Come on. We're almost out. There we go. I think that's pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on high. We want to saute this down until the jalapenos are pretty soft. And then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Alright, so I have both of these doing pretty well in here. They're pretty sauteed and soft. So I'm going to go ahead and mix in the chicken. I'm putting half of it in one and half in the other. Like I said, I'm making a double batch. So, oh god. I'm maybe going to do this. Ah! So yeah, now we're just going to kind of mix that up. I did salt and pepper this to taste. So I'm just going to kind of mix this up and let it cook a little bit and enjoy the chicken juice on my hands. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings in. I said parsley earlier, I meant to say oregano. So we're doing a teaspoon of oregano. We are doing 1 teaspoon of cumin. And we are doing 2 teaspoons of chili powder. If you have not figured this out already, this is meant to be a pretty spicy dish. I'm also going to put, if I can find it, let me go grab it. I'm also going to put a little bit of garlic powder in it. Like I said before, we really like garlic powder. So I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons, I think would be good. And then we're just gonna mix this up again. And then we'll move on to the next step. In the meantime, we are going to we're gonna blend or ninja up our bacon. We want this to be kind of small. So yeah, that looks pretty good. We got just some nice little pieces. So we are gonna go ahead and add our 1 can of chicken broth and our 1 can of tomato sauce. Ooh, let's get all that in there. Like I said, the recipe calls for the diced tomatoes with chili. The recipe also calls for corn and navy beans, which obviously keto is not, that's not, ooh, I'm messy guys, I'm sorry. That's not really gonna work with keto. So, we're gonna let this sit. It's kind of turning into mush. This is the first time we're doing it with shredded chicken. I usually do it with chunk chicken, so it's usually more liquidy, but this is fine. So we're gonna let this, we're gonna turn this down to low, and we are gonna let it simmer for about a half an hour. So we'll be back in a half hour. Okay, so we let this simmer for a half hour. It was probably a little more. We just had a crazy ass incident. Oh God, okay. I'll just, side note, Emma, my beautiful little puppy down here, this little one, whose tail's just wagging like everything's fine, was sitting in my lap and went rigid and started shaking, and when I tried to take her to water, her legs collapsed out from under her, so we got in the, turned off the stove, got in the car to go find a vet, and a mile down the road she was licking me and she was fine. So I'm kind of freaking out at the moment, but let's get back to the recipe. So side note over, I've had it simmering for a half an hour or so. I'm gonna put the entire thing of cream cheese in here, and we're gonna mix it up really well. We want it to not be, or we want it to melt completely. So I'm gonna turn this up a bit and just start stirring it around. Now, like I said, with this particular, the way we did it this time with the shredded chicken, it's not as soupy as it usually is, so I may decide to put a little bit of the chicken broth from the crock pot in here, but we'll see, because it still looks really good. So I'm just going to keep mixing this. I'm going to put about half of this in there, the bacon. Mix this up in here too, and we're just going to let this go until all of the cream cheese is completely melted in here, and then we'll show you what it looks like and what it tastes like. Okay, so here is our chowder. I just have it in a nice cup bowl because I'm not very hungry after the incident. So we top it with cheese, and I just mixed it all up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Like I said, it is slightly newer for me because we used shredded chicken, so it's a little bit more chunky, chowdery than it is soupy.
Which I like.
Oh my God, it's even better. Oh my God.
Did you want the salt?
No, it doesn't need salt.
Okay.
Oh my God, guys, this is, if you ever want to make something, this is phenomenal. This is so good. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Sorry about the late video, but stuff happens. So, I'll talk to you later. Love, peace, and bacon grease. Bye!